Okay, I'm getting ready to install the starter that I went ahead and repaired and cleaned up, and it's for my 2001 Ford F350 7.3 liter diesel. When you put a new starter in, don't forget to put some grease on the gear, or when you rebuild one and set it back in. I'd ordered this one off of eBay here, and according to their website, it is supposed to fit a 2001 7.3 diesel. Well, as you can see, it's quite different. One, it's shorter. The solenoid's not the same. The snout is a lot longer than the other one. There's 2 holes on this one, and the one that came out of mine has 3 holes. This one's about $75. This one's about $70. So I don't know what the real deal is or why this was sent to me, but I looked up online, and there's a lot of people selling this one here on eBay for a 7.3. The only thing I can think of is there's an earlier and a late 7.3 starter, depending on how the transmission is set up. Maybe one's a manual and one's an automatic. I don't know. If anybody knows, feel free to tell me. Until then, I'm going to go ahead and I've pretty much reconditioned this one, and I'm going to go ahead and reinstall it. But before I do that, I'm going to show you the tools that you'll need. Okay, these are pretty much the tools that you'll need here. You'll need a 3/8 drive ratchet, a long one, a 3/8 drive stubby to make things go a little bit quicker, a 6-inch 3/8 drive extension, a 17mm, 15mm, 8mm 3/8 drive deep sockets, 17mm box or combination wrench, 15mm and 13mm combination wrench. 13 is for putting on the batteries, connectors there. So the other thing that's not in here is you'll probably need a rag and some brake cleaner or something to clean the holes out and clean up the bell housing. And you'll also need some blue lock tape tight to make sure that the bolts stay in. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, now you're gonna have to clean off all the crap on the where the starter goes. Might want to be a little bit to the side so when you clean this stuff up it doesn't fall on you. Get a rag, put some brake cleaner on it, and clean all this up. And I put a rag down here on the driveway to catch as much of that stuff as possible so I don't get my hair in it. So let me get this all cleaned up. Well, here, I guess I'll just go ahead and spray it. And I'm gonna clean these holes out because that's where the starter hooks into. And I want that to be nice and dry in there, no grease and stuff, so that I can get some Loctite in it. I'll get a rag up in here now and get this all dried up. Okay, I got it all cleaned up, and I didn't feel like firing up the air compressor, so I just used a can of dust off for computers to blow out the holes in here. So they should be pretty good now. And wiped it all down with a rag inside and out and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and see about installing that starter now. Okay, right before you install the starter, make sure you have the nuts off. At least this one for your positive battery lead, and this one for your starter lead. And then also make sure that if you've painted the bolts, that you've taken the paint off of where it contacts here and the threads. And then put some blue Loctite on it. Come on. Am I out of blue Loctite? What? Looks like I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some more, but I got just enough for this job. That's all you need. So let's get this starter up under the car and put in. Okay, I'm gonna set this right here, and hopefully you guys can can see it without me getting in the way. Alright, here we go. Let's get this puppy in here. Put this up in here like this. Turn it. Grab one of your screws. And screw it in. And we'll grab our other one. Screw it in. Alright, got that one in. Pretty good. Alright, then we're going to take our socket and we're going to put it on our 9" extension. So let me grab that right here. Like that. And then we're going to grab our nut or bolt, stick it in there. So let's put it in by hand if possible. Let's see. If I can get it in the hole, then I can get should be able to get the extension on it. Alright. There we go. Okay, I got it in the hole. Let me get a couple threads started. There we go. Let me grab the camera and show you. Okay. It'll be right there. I was able to get my hand up there and turn it. Just kind of bring my hand up around here and was able to get on it and turn it. Let's get the extension up on top. And probably use 2 hands to get in here and put one on the bolt. Yep, that's when you need 2 hands. Alright, you can get it, then you can get it screwed in. I was able to get it in just with my left hand without the ratchet on it just yet. Boy, that thing gets in the way. Alright. Sorry about the arm. Kinda gotta have 2 hands up there to do this. This is a real tight fit for your arms and stuff. I mean, it's not too tight, but if you're trying to do this and a camera, it's gonna get a little tight. So let me get that on there. And get my little palm ratchet. And get my palm ratchet on it. Alright, let's see if I can't get the camera up here so you can see it. Alright, there we go. Alright, well, let me get this in here. I always hurt myself working on cars. Cut myself here or there. Anybody that's worked on cars knows exactly what I'm saying. My wife tells me all the time, if you're not hurting yourself working on a car, you're not working on a car, dear. I says, yeah, I know. Alright. Then I'll need the larger extension or ratchet on it to kind of reef it down a little bit. So hold on, let me get that. Okay, now what I did is I grabbed the extension with my hand here and then was able to use my right hand to put some tension on it and push it and tighten it up. So let me get a wrench on these and get these ones tightened up. Okay, I kind of want to show you something here. You put your wrench on there and then you can put another wrench on here. Just don't let it slip off when you do it, because it can go from side to side real quick and then you can bust your knuckles. But with having an added wrench on it, you get a lot of extra leverage. So I've already got them tightened down. I didn't think you guys needed to see that. Anybody that's worked on a car knows how to turn a wrench. So let's get these off. I did that one and that one already, and I did the one up on top, so we can get this out of here. Alright, now the next thing we need to do is we need to connect the starter solenoid wire. Oh, here it is, staring me right in the face. And let me go get a brush and brush that off real good, and this one too, to make sure that it's got good contact. Let me go grab that real quick. Sorry about that, I should have prepped that in advance, but I guess you guys needed to know that anyways, right? All right, hold on. All right, so we're back, and I brought my brush, and just gonna clean these up real good. Again, make sure your battery's disconnected. I already did that when I pulled it out. Nobody's been playing with the truck, so I know it's fine. If you work in a mechanic shop, well, obviously you might want to check that. So, okay, so this is ready to go back on, and we're gonna have to get the nuts out. I put the nuts in my pocket so that they're easy to get to. Let me grab those real quick. All right, let me get up on top and show you where it's going to be. All right, it's going to be right up in there. I don't know if the camera can focus or not. It's going to be that top nipple. See the two bottom ones, and then that top one. It's going to be right on there. So let's get this wire on it. Hold on. Okay, I got the wire on right here. So now I'm going to go grab the nut, stick the nut on there. This nut I'm putting on is not the one that came off. It actually, I don't remember what it came off of, but somehow I misplaced the 10mm. Normally when I take nuts off, I put them back on where they came from so that I don't lose them. Well, guess what? I didn't do it this time, and I lost it. Alright, let's get our little stubby ratchet with our little 8mm on it. Make sure it's going in the right direction. I don't think it is, but it's alright. If it's not, I'll just flip the lever on it. No, it's not. Of course not. Alright, you get that on there. Squish this down real quick. Now, for you guys that don't normally do mechanics, this little third wire up here is actually hooked to a solenoid that goes to your ignition key. Now on these right here, you have to make sure that whatever you put on here, when you put this one on here, that it doesn't touch this one, because this goes to the battery. If this was touching this one, then the starter would run all the time until the battery died or the starter burned up, one of the two, and that wouldn't be good. So so you have to make sure you keep it separate. Normally there's a separator in here, a plastic separator, but when I was pulling this cable off in order to get into the starter and repair it, it twisted and it broke the little plastic separator off. So now when I put this on, I'm going to have to be really careful to make sure that when I tighten it, it doesn't touch this side. And I'll probably grab me a piece of tape or something. I'll wrap it around her temporarily. Some of them actually have boots, but this one didn't come with any boots. So anyways, let me go ahead and get this on and get the nut up on it here. Might just take this and bend it a little bit, make it easier to get the nut on. There we go. Come on, get in there. There we go. Alright, let me get that nut on. Hold on. Okay, I got the nut started up there. So now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it down with my fingers as best I can. And when I get to the point I can't, then I'll, there it goes. Knocked it over and it was rolling down the driveway. Let me get my stubby ratchet set up. There we go. I got my little stubby here. And when you put these on, they go on snug, but you don't want to put them on so tight that you break that black plastic that's on the starter itself. Here, let me get this on here. I'm having a problem with that. Hold on. Okay, I got it. It's turning now. Sometimes it turns easy and sometimes it turns hard. So I'll just have to play with it a little bit. Okay, once I get it down there. Alright, looks like it's on. So let me snug it up with the ratchet here. Man, I keep knocking dirt in my face. Oh, the joys of automobile mechanics. Alright, let me get a larger ratchet on it and snug it up with an off screen here. Hold on. Alright, I got my larger ratchet on it now. Let me get over here and get some more leverage. And just make sure that pot of battery lead doesn't twist too much. Make sure you're on good and snug. Okay. Whew. Keep knocking stuff in my face. Alright, I think that's it. Now I gotta do is run up on top and put the battery leads on, negative battery leads. And give it a once good look over here. I got that nut down. Make sure this one is down up here. It looks down. That's down. I know that one on top is. I know this one is because I put it on last night. So, all right, let's go put the negative battery leads on and see if she starts. Okay, here we are. It's a good time right now to clean your battery posts if you haven't recently. You can buy these at the auto parts store. They're basically battery post cleaners, and they also have a cleaner on the inside too. You just twist the top off, and then they've got one right here that you use to go inside that. So let me get those cleaned up real quick, and then we'll put it on. There you go. You just stick it in there and you twist away and it cleans it. Alright, after you pull the thing out, then you can connect this. Make sure it sits down really well. Squish it down all the way. And then use your 13 millimeter to go ahead and tighten it up. Now some cars, for whatever reason, they put the positive battery post here next to the frame. Well, that's a big no-no if you really think about it, because if you run a wrench across your frame on the positive, that sucker will get red hot if you don't manage to get it off there really quick. And your battery actually can explode and put acid all over the place. I've heard about it. I've never seen it. My dad's been an automobile mechanic for years, and he told me it happened to him once, and it was like, holy mackerel. So, you know, I'm real careful about playing around with battery posts. Let me get this other one over here cleaned up. I think it's down here somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. I have a little, here, let me get that away from the positive thing. I got another little side bit right here. This little module right here on the 2001 with that little connector down there, if you have daytime running lights and you don't want them on, disconnect that connector right there and just push it back on just a little bit to keep moisture out of it. And then your daytime running lights won't work, but your regular headlights will. I've already done that with mine. For you guys that want daytime running lights, if you have this module, that's the plug you plug in. I know in Canada it's required. If your daytime running lights aren't working, you might want to replace that little resistor pack right there. That is your daytime running light resistor pack. That's the thing that makes the lights dim, but not all the way bright. I don't like them because it wears out the alternators and batteries. On the other hand, I do like them because you're going down the road and you're seeing a lot easier. Motorcyclists know that for sure, because I think all new motorcycles on the road are required to have daytime running lights. That's just a little side bit. So let me get these battery posts cleaned up and then get this one back on, and then we'll go ahead and give it a try to start. Okay, I got them cleaned up inside pretty good. Let's get it on here. Notice that the negative battery lead is next to the frame again. Ford really got this right. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna get my 13 millimeter and get this snugged up on here. When you finish off, you might need the actual open-end wrench side. And be careful when you're doing this though. If you over tighten it, notice that the battery is actually flexing down there. That's because it's just plastic. So you want it snug, but you don't want it so, get on it so tight that you break the battery. No hitting the battery or the post or anything with hammers, nothing like that. You can go ahead and spread them out and then push it down if you need to, but don't be hitting on batteries. They tend to break. I know, I did it once a long time ago. It was the last time I ever did it too. That was an expensive lesson. All right, we got both batteries hooked up. And for you guys that don't understand why diesels have two batteries, because most engines have a compression ratio of about 9:1. Some of the less horsepower ones, you know, they may be bound 7.5, 7.2. A lot of newer ones are around 9. A diesel is up in the 20s, and with that, you have a lot of mass you're turning over there. So you need really big batteries and a real hefty starter to turn it over. Looks like we've got everything all hooked up, so let's jump in the cab and see if it starts. Okay, you're getting it just like I have. I haven't even tried yet. So let's get it in here. Wait for our glow plug. That's another reason diesels need 2 batteries, because they have these glow plugs, and once that goes out, it tells you the glow plugs reach temperature. So here we go. There it is. Works fine. Before I couldn't do that. It would take about 3 cranks and it would die immediately, or the starter would die. It would literally drain the battery down to where it wouldn't start. And the batteries are only 2 years old. You saw there were some good Bosches. So now we got it fired up and going. I think we can call this a wrap. Please feel free to comment and let me know if you liked the video, if I helped you in some way. There she is, all fired up. Well, gotta go. Getting a little noisy out here with this big old diesel. God bless you all, and give me a thumbs up if you learned something. Please comment, share your knowledge, and we'll talk with you later. Bye.